So we're going to do 3 breathwork exercises. They are lion's breath, horse lips breath, and balloon breath. So we'll start with lion's breath and horse lips breath. So you can remain seated if you would like. I will offer a standing up option. So if you would like, you can stand up and step your feet a little bit wide apart and turn your toes out. Yes. So while we're doing our lion's breath, I'll offer this position with your knees slightly bent, your hands on your knees, and just leaning forward like this. If you're like, nah, I don't want to do that, and hold it for a while, you can sit. You can just stand with your feet rooted about hips width distance. You decide, right? We've done this enough weeks to know that there's always options and we always have a choice. So the way that lion's breath works, and if you're in this position, you can come out of it. The way lion's breath works is that it's a big inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, you stick out your tongue and go, you roar like a lion. So try it out without being in this like linebacker position or whatever. I don't know anything about football. So take a deep breath in through your nose and let it all out. Stick out your tongue really, really big. And yeah, wiggle your head from side to side. Do it one more time. Big breath in through your nose. Exhale. Awesome. So what we are going to do is we're going to alternate that with horse lips breath. So after you do lion's breath, you'll inhale and do horse lips breath, which is like this. I'm sure you've all done it before. It's just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just letting your lips flutter, I guess, as you exhale. So that's what we're going to do. So basically how this will work is inhale, lion's breath, inhale, horse lips, and alternating back and forth. Now, you're going to look silly. You're going to look ridiculous. You're going to look like an absolute idiot. Enjoy it. Relish in it. When else do we have the opportunity to just be absolutely obnoxious and ridiculous and goofy and not care? No one's judging you here. No one's judging you. No one's looking at you. Literally, no one's looking at you. That's so great about this. So, don't worry about it. Let it go. So find your position, whether you're standing hips width distance, whether you're seated, whether you've got your legs apart, toes out, and just do a little bit of bending, bouncing, shaking. Shake out your left hand, and then shake your right hand. Shake your left foot. Shake your right foot. Shake your head from side to side. Bring your shoulders way up to your ears and let them go. And then bring your shoulders way up to your ears again and let them go. Okay. Now, assume position, my friends, whatever that position is for you. And yeah, I love that. Joan, I love that modification of doing this in a seat. That's awesome. Yeah, you can do this position in a seat. So we will start. We'll go for a few minutes and just have fun. Take a deep breath in. Lion's breath. Deep breath in. Horse lips. Inhale. Lion's breath. Inhale. Horse lips. Keep going at your own pace. If you want, you can close your eyes and do this. If you get tired in this position, you can take a break or focus on the sounds that you are making. Focus on the feeling in your face. Three more of each. Inhale. Lion's breath. Inhale. Horse lips. Inhale. Be a lion. Inhale. Be a horse. One more. Inhale. Lion's breath, stick out your tongue really big. Last one. Inhale. Let it all go. Come back to standing or a normal seat. One hand on your heart. One hand on your belly. Don't lock your knees. Nice little baby bend. Big breath in through the nose and out of the nose. Notice what's changed. My face feels fuzzy and I love it. And then when you're ready, blink your eyes open. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down away from your ears. Wiggle your hands. Shake your feet, shake a leg, and return back to this space. So the next and final breathwork exercise we are going to do is a club banger amongst the kids. This one's really, really popular because it's even more ridiculous than the last two things that we did. So it's called balloon breath. Now there's movements to it. You can do it in a seat. If you're doing it in a seat, you'll just use your arms. If you want to do the movements with it, I'll show you in a second, but first I will show you the breath. It's really easy. It's just an inhale through the nose, as if you're filling up a balloon, as if you are the balloon and you are being filled up with air. So filling yourself up, filling your belly up with as much air as possible on the inhale. And now, you don't have to hold it, but think about when you filled up a balloon with air, and then you let it go, and it flies all over the room. What sound does it make? It makes a very funny sound, kind of like this. So that's what I want you to do. So make sure that there's no one like in front of you, or maybe that you're a little ways away from your screen, because there's gonna be spit, and that's okay. But yeah, we're gonna make this ridiculous noise on our exhale. Now, the movements are as such. If you are seated, you're not going to use your legs. You're just going to inhale and fill up your balloon really, really, really big. And then exhale and just bring your hands down by your sides. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. Now, if you want to do the movements, what you'll do, I might have to adjust my screen a little bit. You'll start in a little squat. You'll start in a little squat, or you could start in like less of a squat. You decide how close to the floor you want to get. As you inhale, you'll make yourself as big as possible. And then as you exhale, you'll back down into the squat. Easy peasy. The more you flail around and the more ridiculous and silly and goofy you are with this, the better. So yeah, you can go from here. You can do this seated. You can do whatever you want, really. You want to do it lying down? You can do it lying down. You can get creative with how you want to modify this. So come into your little baby balloon squat, wherever that is, whatever position that you are assuming as your unblown up balloon, as your deflated balloon. That's the word that I was looking for. And then take a deep breath in through your nose and out of your mouth. Take a deep breath in through your nose and fill up with air. Get as big as you possibly can. Exhale, balloon breath. All the way back down to the ground or wherever your deflated balloon position is. Beautiful. We're going to do that several more times. Inhale, get really, really big. Fill up your balloon. Exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Inhale, fill up your balloon really, really big. Exhale, let it all go. Again, inhale, fill up your balloon really, really, really big. Exhale, let it go. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, fill up with as much air as you possibly can. Exhale. Okay, last one. This time, if you want, you can fly around the room, but we are going to end up lying down. So take a deep breath in through your nose. Get as big as you possibly can. Exhale, let it all go. And finally, make your way to a lying down position. And we will transition right into our cozy yoga nidra practice. So, my friends, finding your position lying down. If laying on your back doesn't feel comfy, you can lay on your side, you can lay on your stomach. And because we are tapping into our inner child today, this yoga nidra will involve a sense of imagination. It'll involve getting curious. It'll involve getting playful, just like we've done for the last 18 minutes. And of course, if you're lying on your back and you would like a pillow under your head that's not too thick, or a bolster or something to prop up underneath your knees for your lower back, feel free to take this time to grab whatever you need and make any adjustments that you need to get as comfy as possible. How can you make this relaxation so that it's as easy as possible for you? What can you do to make yourself that much more comfy, cozy? And take as much time as you need to find that. And once you've done so, allow your breath to help you settle into wherever you are. Allow your breath to help the body settle further into the earth on every exhale. And on every inhale, bringing in that sense of wonder, that sense of playful vitality that we welcome into our inner space today, and hopefully every day. And on the out breath, settling into the heart space. During the practice of Yoga Nidra, there will be some moments of silence during which I encourage you to stay where you are, stay with the practice. And there will be moments where I will be speaking to you, during which you are not obligated to pay attention. If your focus wanders, if you go somewhere else, if you fall asleep, it is all okay. You are not obligated to do anything but be here right now in this comfy, cozy space, in this space of awareness that is Yoga Nidra. Now, of course, our goal is to be so comfy that the body doesn't feel the need to move, right? Like the body is asleep, but the mind is awake. But of course, if there feels like there's a little inkling of a need to move in the body, then honor that by making any adjustments necessary so that you can settle right back into the practice, right back down into the earth or whatever it is that you are on, knowing that you are safe, that you are held. This is a place in which you are free to wander, to explore, to play, to get curious, and to be. And with the eyes closed, we can tap into our sense of imagination. With the eyes closed, we use our inner awareness to explore. It is the deep inner witness consciousness that is now driving this spaceship. And where we land is right down into the heart on the exhale. And in this heart space, maybe a sankalpa, an intention, a deep heart's desire or a heart's prayer blooms. Or maybe what blooms is the freedom of any desires, a nirvikalpa. And in this space of awareness that is Yoga Nidra, we use our playful inner imagination to help us nourish whatever it is that makes the heart happy. And in the heart space, we can envision ourselves in a field of grass. And the grass looks so comfy and cozy that we choose to lie down on the grass. And with every out breath, we settle into the grass, the field. And on every in breath, we take in the joy of the sun's rays, the sweetness of the air around us. And we can just let go and relax here on this cozy bed of grass in this beautiful field. And in this beautiful field, as we are relaxing, a beautiful butterfly flies around and sees you, a very calm and still yogi. And she feels safe to land right on your forehead, in between your eyebrows. And when she lands there, you discover that she has magic powers. Because everything that her little feet touch turns into a pure white light of calm, of joy, of radiance. And so that's what begins to happen to you right when she lands on your eyebrow center. And then the butterfly moves and lands on your nose, your lips, your chin, and on the base of your throat between your collarbones. Then she moves over to your right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, and to the tips of the fingers of the right hand, the thumb, the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger. This magical butterfly comes back up the wrist, elbow, and shoulder, landing back at the base of your throat in between your collarbones, and moving over to the left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, and to the tips of the fingers of the left hand, thumb, index, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger. Moving back up the wrist, elbow, shoulder, and back to the center of the collarbones. And now the head, neck, shoulders, arms, and hands are illuminated with this bright white light of calm, joy, and radiance given to you by this magical butterfly. And so then she moves down to your heart center, where this light grows and glows even brighter. She moves down to your navel center, to the center of your pelvis, and over to the right hip, right knee, right ankle, and to the tips of the toes of the right foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Up the back of the right ankle, knee, right hip, center of the hips, over to the left hip, left knee, left ankle, tips of the toes of the left foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. The back of the left ankle and knee, the left hip, center of the pelvis, the navel center, heart center, base of the throat between the collarbones, third eye center between the eyebrows, and finally the top of the head, the crown of the head. And now the whole body is illuminated with this magical butterfly, bright white light of radiance and joy and calm. The whole body glowing. The whole body. And with love, the butterfly gently flutters away. And you decide that it's time to get up and wander a little bit. So you do. And you wander further into the field and you come across a fence, a gate. And you open the fence, you open the door. And as you step through, you see a witch. She's not a mean witch or a scary witch. She's a nice witch. She is the worry witch. And she is the guardian of your worries. So you take all of your worries and you give them to her. And she holds on to them so that you are free to explore with absolutely nothing holding you back. And so you explore this other side of the fence, this other side of the gate, which turns out to be a beautiful garden. You see tons of plants and flowers and trees, animals, insects. You breathe in the warm air. What do you notice around you? What colors do you see? Who is there with you? What kind of sounds do you hear? What can you smell? And there's no need to think too hard about it. It's just whatever comes up. And if nothing comes up, that's okay. This is just an exploration. What do you notice in the Worry Witch's garden? And as you continue to wander and continue to explore, you come across a ladder. A ladder made out of golden braided rope. And this ladder is very sturdy and very safe. And you know that it's safe to climb and you won't fall. So you do. You climb. And you find that you are so strong you don't even get tired from climbing. So you keep climbing. You climb and climb up and up and up until you are in the sky, until you are in the clouds. You climb and climb and climb. And finally, you reach a landing. And you step off the ladder, high up into the sky, into the clouds. What do you see on this landing? What does it look like? Where are you? What colors do you see? High up at the top of the ladder. What sounds do you hear around you? What does the air feel like on your skin? What can you smell? Who is there to greet you? Maybe it's someone you know. Maybe it's someone you don't know. Maybe it's just you. And in this place, at the top of the ladder, way up in the clouds, you feel at home. You feel like you are who you always have been and who you're always meant to be. Your most authentic you. Your highest self. What does that feel like? What does it feel like to be at your highest level vibration? What does it feel like to be the most you have ever been? And to know that you are perfect exactly as you are. And with the next few breaths, you know that it's time to return to Earth, knowing that you can return to your place in the clouds, to your highest self whenever you choose. Knowing that you take your highest self with you wherever you go, and that you are always safe to be your most authentic you. And so you find this golden braided rope ladder. You gently let the clouds float away as you start to climb back down, knowing that this is a very sturdy and safe ladder and you won't fall. Climbing back down, you see the horizon, you see the earth underneath you. It starts to get bigger and bigger, and you see the garden and the worry witch waiting for you. And you finally get to the bottom of the ladder, and you step back onto the earth, and you wiggle your toes to feel the earth underneath you. And you return back to the worry witch, where she gives you a smile and returns to you whatever it was that you gave her in much better shape. The worries that you gave her have been returned to you in the form of joys, in the form of love, in the form of gratitude. And you know now that it is time to let go of this exploration in the garden. So you wave goodbye to the worry witch and you exit the gate back out into the field. And you slowly let the field dissolve until your inner awareness is resting once more at the center of the heart space. The awareness resting in the heart, safely nourished by this practice of Yoga Nidra. And if, upon returning to the heart, we also return to our sankalpa, our heart's prayer, heart's desire, or the absence of desire. If that once again arises, welcome it. And then the space of awareness that is Yoga Nidra, we let that go. And we return to our breath. Beginning to make the inhales and the exhales a little longer, a little deeper, a little more audible. Using the sound of the breath to return our awareness to a more everyday state of consciousness. Beginning to sense into the feeling of the body against whatever it is that you are lying on. Beginning to notice more and more sensations of the body. And then, whenever it feels right for you, beginning to bring movements into the body. Wiggling the fingers and the toes, wrists, ankles. Maybe moving the head from side to side. And knowing that you are free to stay lying down for as long as you'd like. Or making your way over onto one side if you are not already there. And staying in this fetal position for as long as you'd like. Or perhaps keeping the eyes closed, making your way up to a comfortable seat. Ready to return back to this everyday place with a newfound sense of curiosity and vitality. Taking with you your curious exploration. And if you would like, perhaps keeping your eyes closed, you can bring your hands to your heart. Or maybe one on top of the other on your heart space. Whatever feels good and intuitive to you. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and out of the nose or mouth. Bowing your chin in towards your chest in gratitude for showing up to play. This practice of Yoga Nidra is complete. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste.